Hello, welcome back to Barrett Tech. Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest and most exciting phone releases this year, in my opinion anyway, which is the Huawei P40 Pro. Their P series is their flagship series and they always come out with some pretty outstanding camera specs. Today we're going to be honing in on one prolific rumor. This is a tweet on screen right now of a big Huawei leaker. And it's basically talking about the Huawei camera specifications, which obviously a lot of people are excited to see what they are this year because, the technology in phone cameras is just excelling at an alarming rate. And, with the S20 series that's come out this year from Samsung, with the S20 Ultra, they've come up with some pretty outstanding specs. So, Huawei are always going to want to be the big guns. They're always going to want to take the biscuit when it comes to cameras. And it looks like that might just be exactly what they're doing once again with the P40. Firstly, the front cameras. We aren't actually aware at this time of the front camera megapixel or the specifications of the front cameras. However, we do know that the design is going to be very different from last year's P30, which was a water drop notch in the center of the screen. They're actually most likely going to be opting for a cutout design, much like the Honor V30 and the Huawei Nova 6. So it's rumored very heavily that on the front they're going to have a dual camera setup. One's going to be a wide and one's going to be an ultra wide, and then on the Pro and the Pro Premium Edition it's going to be a depth sensor in the middle of those two, which is going to enable the chance for portrait modes on those two devices. So this tweet also shows what could be the notification bars on the Huawei P40. And as you can see, all the information is on the right hand side, whereas on the left there's actually nothing at all, which is typically the case when the cutout is placed on the left hand sgoing. Okay, the most recent leak is showing what is most likely going to be the back camera setup, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Huawei are going to be definitely taking that top spot once again with the camera, which makes sense as it is the P40. Their flagship series, they do really focus on the camera. So the primary sensor on the Huawei P40 is going to be a 52 megapixel Sony IMX700 primary sensor. And this is actually going to take the biscuit when it comes to the sensor size. So they're going to have the biggest sensor on any smartphone to date, which is measuring in at 1/1.28 inches. Just to give you some context on that, the S20 series that's recently been released by Samsung is actually measuring in at a 1/1.76 inch sensor. And the amazing S20 Ultra, which has got some crazy specifications on it, the main image sensor on that is actually measuring at 1/1.33 inches. So the Huawei one is going to be even bigger than the S20 Ultras. The second camera down is going to be an ultra-wide sensor, 40 megapixels, measuring in at 1/1.5 inches. There's going to be a 3 times optical telephoto sensor, and there's also going to be the first ever smartphone 10 times optical periscope sensor, which is just outstanding on a mobile device. So as well as that, it's rumored heavily that they are going to be coming out with some new pixel binning technology to be able to increase the pixels on the sensors to create better images at regular and low light as well. What's not going to change with the operating system, Huawei are going to continue the use of EMUI on top of the current Android version that they do use. As you may or may not know, one of the main interesting points of this release is that this is going to be the first one where Huawei bring out their own services because obviously they're not allowed to use Google services, so they're massively pushing HMS, which is Huawei's mobile services. It's going to be really interesting to see what they are able to come up with. They have actually confirmed now that they are actually able to use Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. However, there's not going to be any YouTube or any Google services. They have actually signed a deal with TomTom to be able to use their mapping data and technology. So that's obviously going to be incorporated into their device. That's it for the P40 today. It's going to be an extremely exciting release this year to see whether Huawei are able to step up to the mark and create services that are just as good, if not better, than Google services. There's going to be a tough task to take, but we'll see if Huawei are able to do that. that's going to bring us to the end of this video. We are going to be getting our hands on the P40 when it does get released, so make sure you stick around and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so that you can see all of those videos. Please smash a thumbs up if you did like it, because you know we are a new channel and we're trying to get the message out there a little bit. Share it with your friends if you really enjoyed it. Hit the notification bells. Enough talking. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye for now.